I was only 14 years old when an ordinary morning quietly changed the rest of my life. While most of my classmates were enjoying their summer vacation, I was walking into my very first job. At that moment, I thought I was simply earning my first paycheck. I had no idea that this single decision would shape every decade that followed. 2 weeks later, my first paycheck finally arrived. Holding that envelope felt different than I imagined. For the first time in my life, the money was truly mine. Suddenly, every dollar had a purpose. But I quickly realized something important. This wasn't just about spending money. It was about deciding who I wanted to become. Almost everyone around me spent their paycheck as soon as it arrived. New sneakers, video games, weekend dinners. It looked like they were having the time of their lives. Every invitation made my decision harder. I soon discovered that saying no was far more difficult than working long hours. Instead of spending everything, I made a choice that seemed almost pointless. I invested a small part of my paycheck. Days passed, then weeks, and nothing seemed to change. I even wondered if I made a mistake. But I didn't realize that the smallest decisions often take the longest to reveal their true value. Months went by, and something unexpected happened. My boss began to notice me. I always arrived early, finished every task, and never complained. One afternoon, he called me into his office. I thought I had done something wrong. Instead, he handed me my very first raise. That day, I learned that discipline often gets rewarded long before people realize it. Before I knew it, high school was over. My friends were all making plans for the future. Some were heading straight to college. Others were chasing full-time jobs. For the first time, I realized that no one could choose my path except me. The decision I made next would shape the opportunities waiting for me years down the road. Adulthood arrived faster than I expected. My paycheck was bigger now, but so were my responsibilities. Rent, groceries, transportation. Every month, my money seemed to disappear before I could enjoy it. That's when I learned one of the biggest financial lessons of my life. Earning more doesn't automatically make you wealthier. Years of consistency finally started to pay off. I was promoted into a better position, and for the first time, I could see the life I had been working toward. My income grew. My confidence grew. It finally felt like everything was falling into place. But life has a way of testing you the moment you become comfortable. Then, almost overnight, everything changed. The economy slowed down, companies started cutting costs, and layoffs became part of every conversation. Every morning, I walked into work wondering if my name would be next. Years of hard work suddenly felt fragile. For the first time in a long time, I was afraid. Then something unexpected happened. While many people around me were panicking, I wasn't. Years earlier, I had built an emergency fund, hoping I would never need it. Now, it quietly became my greatest source of peace. I finally understood that savings aren't meant to make you rich. They're meant to give you time when life doesn't go as planned. Eventually, the economy recovered, and so did I. But I wasn't the same person anymore. The uncertainty had changed the way I thought about money forever. Instead of chasing a bigger paycheck, I started chasing better opportunities. Looking back, losing my sense of security ended up giving me something far more valuable: perspective. Not long after that, another dream finally felt within reach. I had saved enough for the down payment on my very first home. Walking through those empty rooms, I couldn't stop imagining the future. It felt like I had finally made it. But I quickly learned that buying a house isn't the finish line. It's the beginning of an entirely new responsibility. Not every investment shows up in a bank account. Somewhere along the journey, I met someone who believed in the same future I did. We didn't build our life overnight. We built it one decision at a time. And from that moment on, every financial choice stopped being just about me. It became about us. Then our family grew. Nothing could have prepared me for how much my life would change. Along with unforgettable moments came sleepless nights, unexpected expenses, and responsibilities I had never imagined. Every dollar I earned suddenly had a new purpose. For the first time, I wasn't just building my future. I was protecting someone else's. For years, investing felt almost invisible. Every month, I quietly added a little more and kept moving forward. Then one day, I noticed something incredible. My investments were growing faster than the money I was putting in. That's when I truly understood the power of compound growth. Time had quietly become my greatest financial partner. I had finally reached the position I used to dream about. The office was bigger, the paycheck was higher, and people now came to me for advice. From the outside, it looked like success, but something inside me had changed. I began to wonder if earning more was really worth giving up more of my time. Looking back, I realized that every yes I had ever said came with a hidden no. Every promotion meant less free time. Every investment meant spending less today. Every opportunity required giving something else up. Success wasn't about having everything. It was about choosing what mattered most. One afternoon, I opened my investment account like I had done hundreds of times before. But this time felt different. For the first time, retirement no longer seemed like a distant dream. It looked real. Decades of ordinary decisions had quietly built something extraordinary. The finish line was finally beginning to appear. Then, one ordinary morning, I walked into the office for the very last time. The same doors that had once welcomed a nervous 14-year-old now opened for someone ready to leave. I packed the last few things from my desk and looked around one final time. As I walked away, I realized I wasn't leaving my career behind. I was stepping into the life it had made possible. Retirement gave me something I had been chasing my entire life. Time. Time to slow down. Time to remember. As I look back, I realized my life had never been changed by one big decision. It had been shaped by thousands of small ones. And if I could go back to that first day at 14, I would make the same choice all over again. Out of curiosity, I decided to add everything up. Every paycheck, every investment, every raise, every setback. The final number was far beyond anything my 14-year-old self could have imagined. But as I stared at it, I realized something surprising. The money wasn't the most valuable thing I had earned. Money had given me choices. It gave my family a safe home, opportunities, and the freedom to worry less about tomorrow. But the greatest return was never measured in dollars. It was measured in peaceful mornings, family dinners, unforgettable memories, and the confidence that the people I loved would always be protected. That's what financial freedom had truly bought. People often ask me if starting to work at 14 was worth it. My answer surprises them. It wasn't worth it because it made me rich. It was worth it because it taught me discipline before life demanded it. Every small habit, every sacrifice, and every decision gave me more than money. They gave me options. And in the end, options became freedom. Sometimes I imagine that 14-year-old boy walking into his first job one more time. He still has no idea what the future holds. He doesn't know about the victories, the failures, the family he'll build, or the life he'll create. But I do. And if I could tell him just one thing, it would be this. Your future won't be changed by one paycheck. It'll be shaped by the small decisions you make every single day. So, what decision will your future self thank you for making today?